Okay, welcome back here to Weather Nation. We have Mayor Pete Buttigieg on the phone from the city of South Bend, Indiana. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for being here with us. You have a flooding situation going on. It's a serious situation. Please describe what you're currently dealing with.
Well, a flood stage in our city is 5.5 feet. Right now we're at 12.4, so it's about 1.5 feet over the highest levels ever recorded. What's happening is the whole area is just draining into the St. Joseph River, which runs through the city, and that's led to a lot of flooding in neighborhoods and areas that are close to the river. It crested last night at 12.7, so the good news is it's finally starting to recede, but it's doing it very slowly. And we're trying to make sure everybody here understands that even roadways where the water has receded, if they're closed, it may be because they're not safe because they've been undermined. And our engineering crews are out trying to make sure we can assess what's safe and what's possibly compromised.
Hey, Mayor, with the river here cresting as high as it did, what does this mean in terms of the road network, transportation, and things of that matter for your community?
Well, the city really is built around the river. It's what we're named after, South Bend, because there's a bend in the river here. So it certainly affects us because it runs through the heart of the city. We had parks that were completely underwater and will be for several days, some neighborhoods as well. We didn't have as many houses destroyed as we feared. Matter of fact, we don't have any indication of houses being structurally compromised, but a lot of people have had to leave their homes. And then you look at the roadways and the main kind of state route that connects us across the river going from our downtown on up to the north side was out. We've just got that reopened this afternoon, which is great news for our evening commute, but still have a number of other roads that may not be passable for quite a while.
As far as schools, Mayor, any school closings right now?
Yeah, some closed, some not. Looks like South Bend public schools will be in good shape going into tomorrow, possibly with one or two exceptions where the building is just too close to the floodplain area or is not accessible. So that's something where we'll have to continue to make calls as we go, but thankfully most of the system should be up and running. And
for those that are tuning in to us later on, what are some words of advice that you could say for the people of your community, both inside and out? And what they need to know.
The biggest thing, whether you're here or any place where there's a flood situation, it's just to respect the barriers. I'm still taken aback by how often some people come up on a road closed sign or a barrier and they decide to go around it and think they can just push on through. And if there's standing water and we've marked it off, it's there for a reason. And if there's no water, we're probably keeping it closed because we're not sure it's safe. Even for pedestrians going on trails, we have a fantastic network of trails along our river and around our city, but some of those have been undermined, and we can't have people walking on them until we know that they're not at risk of collapse. So the most important thing that I think people need to know is to just pay attention to that signage, pay attention to any police officer directing traffic, and understand that closing a road is not something we do lightly, but when we do it for a reason.
Mayor, thank you very much. Some great advice there. We appreciate that. We appreciate your time. Wish you the very best of luck up there in South Bend, Indiana.
Thanks. Appreciate being on.
Okay, great job, Mayor. Mayor Pete, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. All righty. Take care.